Welcome, everybody. So this is our final Zoom open enrollment meeting for Plan Year 2021, and we are highlighting Anthem Blueview. For those of you that have already attended some of our Zoom meetings, you know the drill. There will probably be some repetitive information. Sorry about that, but we will get to the Anthem Blueview presentation soon. For those of you that haven't been to one of our meetings, welcome. If this is a new experience, I hope this is comfortable for you, because I know it's a little bit tricky sometimes, but we're glad you're all here regardless, and I will just go ahead and kick it back to Elijah for a few moments so he can just. All right, thank you, Elijah. And then for those of you who don't know about Mom's Computer or Elijah, well, that's a vendor that we work with, and they provide technical or technological support for our members. So if you have any kinds of questions about your cell phone, your smartphone, your laptop, your tablet, they're here to help you, even using Zoom or these sorts of things. You know, they're here to help us help you. And so please feel free. So Monday today. Feel free to reach out to Elijah or his crew at any time, and he can put his contact information in the chat so that you can get that. All right, so moving on. Well, welcome to open enrollment. So as you know, first of all, I want to say, if you are not planning on making any kinds of changes this year, you don't need to do anything. Whatever coverage you have will continue. There's nothing you need to do. In terms of open enrollment, typically it's from October 15th to November 15th, and you have a 1-month period to add a dependent, change plans, or enroll into a plan brand new. This year, we have a special challenge of trying to retire nearly 1,400 people within a few-month period because the city, trying to deal with its fiscal concerns, offered a retirement incentive program, which obviously a lot of people took them up on. So with that, we are actually seeing our work triple over the next several months. And so trying to figure out a way to deal with that, as well as open enrollment, which also significantly increases our workload, usually during that 1-month period and actually through the end of the year. We thought, well, we'll go ahead and extend open enrollment, and hopefully instead of people feeling like they need to get their changes in during that 1-month period, there's more time for them to get their changes in, and therefore we won't be inundated at once with so many changes, and we'll be able to keep up and process not only the extra retirement, the health plan enrollment for the new retirees retiring through the incentive program, but also for people who are making open enrollment changes. So again, open enrollment is now extended for this year only from October 15th to March 31st. There are some restrictions that you need to keep in mind, and if you have any questions about this later, just go ahead and put them in the chat function or ask them during the question answer session. But it's really important that you understand this because it might change whether or not you make any decisions this year. But once we receive your open enrollment change, we have up to 3 months to process your request. So if you submit your request in January, then we've got February, March, April. So we may process it as late as April, with it being effective May 1st. It doesn't mean we're going to take that long, because we're going to do our very best to handle and take care of your requests as soon as possible. But just to give us that window so we can make sure we're getting all the work done that we need to get done, we are going to, ask for that 3-month grace. Also, if you already have LACERS coverage, that's going to continue. It's not like it's going to stop and then you're going to be without coverage until we process your request. I want you to know you're going to continue. And if you are, lost your previous coverage somewhere outside of LACERS, and LACERS is your only other option right now, and you need to get coverage, well, we'll make that a priority. You know, we'll work with you, but generally speaking, we will have up to 3 months. Also, you can only make one change during this extended open enrollment period. So if you make a change early on and then maybe a couple months later, it's still open enrollment, you decided you didn't like that change, you want to go back to your previous plan, you can't, sorry. You're actually going to be sort of locked in for at least 1 year. And when I say that, it's actually probably going to be more than a year, because let's say your plan took effect in January, and then in March you decided to change it. It was effective in April, let's say April 1st, April Fool's Day. Then you're not going to be able to make a change again until April 2022. But you can't just change plans anytime. You have to wait for open enrollment. So the next open enrollment period after that is going to be October of 2022, which means your next change wouldn't take effect until January 1st, 2023. Seems so far out. Anyway, so of course, if you have a qualifying event, then of course you can make a change. And a qualifying event is if you move to a new location where your current plan isn't available, or there's a change in your family status or something like that, then of course you're able to make a change at that time. Now, if you retire during the open enrollment period, because again, a lot of people are going to be retiring during this period, and you had made a health plan selection during the retirement process. Let's say your retirement was effective January, and then come March, you're like, I want to change plans again. You can't. Whatever decision you made at retirement has to stick until the next open enrollment period, which will be October of next year. And then the change will be effective January 1st of 2022. So hopefully that makes sense. I know it's a lot of information, and for those of you that have been through our meetings in the past, you probably can recite this along with me, but it is important to keep this in mind because it may impact your decisions. Okay, so moving on. All right, so our health plan renewals went really well for another year. The last few years, we've seen very minimal increases, if increases at all. And for 2021, it's no different. Our overall premium costs for medical, dental, and vision plans are less than 1%. And the great thing is there's some new programs and benefits that are being included with the renewal package for next year. So definitely you can read more about that in the overview in your health benefits guide, but we're really excited about that. And just to make sure everybody is aware that Anthem Blueview premiums are wrapped into the medical premiums for Anthem Blue Cross, SCAN, and United Healthcare. So you don't pay those separately. Those are already included. Kaiser provides its own vision benefits, so they don't use Anthem Blueview, but all of our other plans do. All right, and then talking about premiums, most of you actually don't pay a full premium anyway for your medical plans, medical/vision plans, because you get a subsidy that you earned through your years of hard work for the city. So regarding that subsidy, every year the board has the authority to increase it, and provided there are certain criteria that are met. But for next year, the maximum medical subsidy is going to remain the same, and that is because the board can only increase the subsidy as much as the premium increase in the Kaiser Permanente HMO plan with two-party coverage. That premium is staying the same for next year, so the subsidy will also stay the same, and that is also the amount of the maximum medical premium reimbursement available for people in that program. Dental subsidies will also, the maximum dental subsidy will stay the same for next year as well, and that's because the board can only increase the subsidy as much as the personnel department increases the dental subsidy for the city employees. They did not increase the subsidy again this year. It's been a few years So the board cannot increase ours for next year. So the maximum will remain at $44.60, which almost covers one party premium for the dental PPO plan. The HMO plan premium of $14.38 is below that maximum, so there is full coverage of the subsidy for that plan if you have 25 years of service or more. And just a reminder that the dental subsidy is only available to the retiree. All right, moving on. Just some open enrollment reminders. If you are planning on moving in the future, make sure you know what health plan options are available to you in your new location. We've had situations where members, they had a particular plan, they moved to a new location within California, and knowing that plan's available in California, they just assumed it would be available in their new zip code. But unfortunately, it was a somewhat remote area, and there was not coverage by that insurance company in that zip code. And so the only other LACER's plan that was available to them was actually more expensive. They did not count on that in terms of budgeting. And so it was really a kind of difficult situation for them. So again, I just want to remind everybody the importance of checking with us before you move, just to know what your options are, what the costs are, because I know when you're moving, you're looking for a place maybe to save money, and I would hate for you to have a surprise. Also, if you are changing plans before your current plan, the coverage in your current plan ends, make sure you get your prescription drugs filled, just in case there's some delay in getting your information uploaded in the new health plan system. We don't want any kind of obstacle to you receiving your prescriptions if you need them. And this usually doesn't happen, but it's just a safety precaution. But just make sure you have some on hand just to get you through that transition period. Also, I know a lot of people know that their doctor accepts another insurance plan, so they decide they want to change to that other insurance plan. But unfortunately, if the doctor's not accepting new patients, you can't keep the same doctor. So just make sure that your doctor accepts the new plan that you're interested in if you are planning on changing. And just a quick reminder to anybody that's going to be turning age 65, you're going to have to enroll in Medicare Part B. Usually you do this about 3 months before turning 65. You do that at Social Security. You have to pay the premium out of pocket. And if you're eligible for Medicare Part A, and that would be if you have at least 40 quarters of paying Medicare taxes, or you can get it through a spouse. Again, if you have Medicare Part A and you can get it at no cost, then you must enroll Medicare Part A. And those that have Medicare Part A and Part B, those retirees that have Medicare Part A, Part B, they will get their Part B basic premium reimbursed to them. And also, before you turn 65, we, keep track of everybody, that's turning 65, and we'll mail out a packet, which will tell you all kinds of information and let you know the requirements and let you know your options, health plan options. And we also provide Medicare requirement workshops. So you'll have that opportunity to learn more. Also, if you have new contact information, please let us know. You can fill out a change of address form on our website. Also, if you haven't looked at your beneficiaries lately, you might want to check that out. Make sure the people you have assigned as your beneficiaries are the ones you want to be your beneficiaries. And if not, you can also find a form on our website. And power of attorney, I just want to take a few seconds to talk about that. A lot of us think we might need help making decisions at some point in our life, but not now, maybe way down the line. And anyways, then somebody will help us out. But we never really know what our situation is going to be. And it's not always an age-related thing. We can get into a car accident or something, a medical condition happens. and we need help. We need somebody that's going to be able to make decisions for us. And so it's really important that you find somebody you trust and have a power of attorney on hand. We've had a situation in the past where a member who was dealing with dementia wanted to change plans but refused to sign the forms, and we couldn't force her. She wouldn't sign the forms. And Medicare, it was going into a Medicare plan, and Medicare requires that you have a signature. And there was nobody else that could sign for the person. We couldn't vouch for her. We couldn't say we talked to her. She definitely wants to do it. But she, for whatever reason, she would not sign the form. And it was such a frustrating experience. And so had she had a power of attorney, they could have handled it for her. And so, again, just really think about it, look into that. And there's different kinds of powers of attorney, some for finances, some for health benefits, some for, health care. So, maybe consider all of your different options in that area. Okay. As you know, we held a bunch of virtual open enrollment meetings the last couple weeks. This is our final one, but have no fear. If you want to revisit and see us again and hear our wonderful presentations over and over again, they will be available on our website. We are just finishing up some editing on those, so those will be posted very soon. And again, it'll be there for you. And of course, if you have any questions that our presentations didn't answer, or you just need verification, you can always reach out to us. And again, everything you need to know is at lacers.org, our website, and voila. All right, so this is our website. If you haven't visited it in a while, you'll notice that it's different. This year we changed it up, so it is different, and navigating it might seem a little different as well, which it is. But I just want to show you a few things. So I mentioned different forms. If you go along the top here, you come to forms and info sheets. You can click on that. And again, this is at www.lacers.org. And you've got all your forms. Got beneficiary forms, change of address. If you're not doing direct deposit, I highly recommend it. You can fill out a form here. Money in your bank, no matter what's going on, no matter where you are. Domestic partnership forms, the health benefit forms are here. So, if you're going to be enrolling in a plan, you need to fill them out here. Dental plan enrollment forms. So everything you need is here. And then power of attorney. Lacers does offer some power of attorney forms. Honestly, I haven't looked at it in a long time, so I'm not 100% sure if it's for health benefits and pension, but definitely check this out. We can help you with at least either both or at least part of those. And so, yeah, so tax forms. So everything you need is right here in terms of Lacers forms. And then in terms of open enrollment and health plan choices, so if you go to the retiree tab here along the top, second one, go ahead, you can move down here, click on health benefits. Or if you're not able to move down there for whatever reason, just click on that tab and it will bring you to this page, and you can click on health benefits separately. You can scroll down to open enrollment. You can click on read more. And then there's all kinds of great information about this year's open enrollment, all the special requirements. If you want to look at it again, it's there. Here's another video similar to what I presented today. The meetings are all over now, but this is a really important section, the health carriers, plans, and benefits. Because we know you can't come in person to see us like, you would other years, and we weren't having the in-person events like we did all the previous years. So we want to make sure you had different information at your fingertips. And so If you click here, it will take you to a page where each carrier has provided all kinds of information about their plan to help you really make a decision and understand what they offer. So here we've got Anthem. There's a video as well as different flyers, Anthem Blueview, which we're here to talk about today. You've got some information here, Dental, Kaiser, Scan, United, they all have different information. So it'll give you more in-depth understanding of what they have to offer. So yeah, so check it out. We've got all kinds of information available to help you with whatever you need. And with that, I am going to hand it over to Stephanie Smith and Crystal Baldwin to talk about our wonderful wellness program, Lacers Well. So take it away, Stephanie.
Thank you so much, Alex. And thank you everyone for joining us this morning. I'm Stephanie, as Alex indicated. I'm with the Lacers Well program. And we do have a wonderful video to share with you. We're really proud of it. It describes all of the wonderful programs available to you as a Lacers Well member. But before we get to that video, I wanted to share, and as well, Crystal will share some information about some virtual activities we're working on for you. The holidays are coming up, and it can be a difficult time, and it's a double difficult time since we are in a pandemic at this time. So we do have a holiday wellness workshop planned for you, and it's on November 18th. So check your email and our website and be sure to register for that holiday wellness workshop. We also have other events coming up that Crystal will be sharing with you. So be sure to check the website that Alex just walked you through, and check our wellness section of the website, and you can register for those events. So now I'll turn it over to Crystal to share some information about our champion program and what we're working on there.
Thank you so much, Stephanie. Hey, everybody, it's good to see you. I see some of my champions on here now. I miss you all. I miss being with you all in person. As she stated, my name is Crystal Baldwin, and I am a part of the wellness team, wonderful team, wellness program, and I am responsible for recruiting retired members to the champion program. And basically what I do is assist with coordinating and facilitating activities that our champions lead, such as they were previously leading walks in the park, at the beach, at the mall. We had museum tours. Some of you all have partaken in some of those activities, bike rides, hikes, line dancing classes. And so when the pandemic hit, we had to curtail a lot of the activities, and our video is going to explain a lot of this. And we've partnered with an organization called Element 3, and they will be assisting us with facilitating our virtual book clubs, which we will need champions to lead those. And we do have some that have already volunteered to do so. Virtual movie reviews and scavenger hunt games. And we do have a special activity coming up the day after Thanksgiving. We have a social gathering, holiday celebration that we will be putting on the day after Thanksgiving. We do have some champions that will be assisting with that. And like I said, Element 3 is assisting us with putting that together. There will be dancing, there will be arts and crafts, a chance to interact with one another. And so, and it's not only going to be Lacers retired members, there's going to be other people from other areas and other organizations that's going to plug into this event. And I know we're going to be sending out e-blast. It's going to be posted on Facebook to where you can go online and register for this particular activity. So at this time, I am going to turn it over to Elijah.
Actually, Crystal, can I just add something?
Oh, go ahead, Alex.
Yeah, so I just wanted to add that, this holiday gathering, it's really I think it's a lot of fun. It's just something that, can bring people together. And we know during the pandemic, a lot of, you may know some people, some other Lacers retirees that are feeling a little lonely or, isolated. And, this might be a way to just kind of loop them in and get them, connecting with other people as well. It's a new opportunity to really meet other people and not feel so alone, as well as just to have fun. So we just really want people to have that opportunity. And also, really quick, if you're at home and you want to do something, the organization that Crystal mentioned, Element 3, if you go to Element 3 Health Clubs, I think, right, Stephanie? Element3healthclubs.com. There are all kinds of free virtual events for seniors, and there's just all kinds of great activities. So until we get all of our virtual events off the ground, if you're hungry to do some stuff and you're kind of stuck at home, please explore. They have all kinds of fun things, from dancing to art classes and just all kinds of stuff. So with that, I'm gonna let the meeting continue. Okay. Well, my name is Alex Rabrenovich. I oversee the Health Benefits and Wellness Division at Lacers. Lacers Well is part of that division, and so I, along with Stephanie Smith and Crystal Baldwin, plan and strategize to bring wellness opportunities to our retirees.
My name is Stephanie Smith, and I'm a wellness program manager with the Lacers Well program. And my role is to oversee the daily operations of the wellness program.
This is Crystal Baldwin, and I am the Lacers Well Champion Coordinator. And my role as the Champion Coordinator is to recruit Lacers retired members to the Champion program.
So over the last few years, we've really come to realize what we want to achieve with our wellness program. Initially, we wanted to educate people about avoiding chronic conditions and staying physically active and eating well. But we realized people already know about that. People hear about that from their medical providers, from their friends, on the TV. And as we started doing more research on wellness, we realized that there's a lot more to well-being. There's a lot more different factors that play into somebody feeling well and being well. So there are 5 components to overall well-being. One is purpose. There's health, mental and physical, financial well-being, social engagement, and community. And we realize that purpose is a real driver. If you have a sense of purpose, you want to get up in the morning. You want to be well. You want to live. If you don't have a sense of purpose, you might not be willing to take care of yourself, because what's the point? Why am I here? Why should I do anything? And so we really wanted to start to work more with that in mind, sort of building a sense of purpose in people's lives and also giving them opportunities to expand their experiences in the other areas of well-being. Last year we did something called the Purposeful Living Workshop. It was a 5-session workshop that focused on each component of purposeful living. Again, that's purpose, health, financial wellness, community, and social engagement. We're really fortunate in that we have a good partnership with the Department of Aging with the City of Los Angeles, and they let us know about a program called Aging Mastery Program that's sponsored by the National Council on Aging. And it's a 10-session program that covers the same areas. I mean, it's not specifically titled the way we titled our sessions in the workshop, but it covers all the same areas, and it's a fantastic program, and we're so happy to be able to bring that to our members. And so that's something that we're just starting this year, and I know people are going to love it. And we look forward to other workshops that we can bring in the future, but this is really an opportunity for people to really sit down, examine their lives, examine their goals, and set up a plan to achieve their goals. So we're really fortunate again to have a partnership with Mom's Computer. It's a small company, but a very passionate group of people that really want to help seniors with technology. They have joined us at some of our events to help members with any questions that they had about how to use their smartphone, their laptops, their tablets, and they were a raving success. People were coming to our events with their equipment, sitting with them, getting advice, And the more feedback we got from people, the more we realized they really needed this help. And so we've taken it a step further, and now we have them on retainer so that not only are they at all of our events and helping us with our virtual sessions, but also they're available to members anytime. If they have a question, they have a problem, they need help, they can just reach out and call them and get assistance. So a couple years ago, we started what we call our volunteer picnic. It's an opportunity for people to come together, have a good time, be outside, have live music, eat a nice lunch, but also there's a volunteer component to it. We invite various volunteer organizations to come and set up booths so that members can then walk around and get to see the different opportunities that they have to volunteer in their community and give back and engage with their community. Again, that supports that whole Purposeful Living campaign. So we have a gala at the end of every year, or I guess at the beginning, depending, but basically it's a way to celebrate the year that just passed. It's a big party basically for everybody that participated in our program. We have dancing, we have food, we have performances, we have prizes. People love it. And it's funny because I think people have an image in their head of what seniors are like and retirees, and you don't think they're going to get down. They were on the floor dancing, doing all kinds of dances that I didn't even know existed. And these are current dances, okay? So I was out there with them too, having a good time. And I'll tell you, the next year it happened again. And then unfortunately, because of some budget issues, we couldn't do it the following year. And people were upset. They want to dance. So we're going to be coming back with a big dance party and celebrate again. So that's probably my favorite thing that we do. It's just about having fun, social engagement, community. Love it. So we started a Facebook page not that long ago. And really it's a way for members to connect, see what's happening online. Some people are more remote than others. They don't necessarily have the ability to come to all of our events. Maybe they don't really come to our website, but they are on Facebook. So, they can check in on our Facebook page, see what we have coming up. There's a lot of good information, wellness-related information that we post, videos, articles. And again, it's a way for people to connect with each other and, just stay in touch and support wellness. So our wellness newsletter is called Your Health Matters, and it's focused on the topic of wellness, also focused on our 5 principles of well-being. So it's really just a way to encourage members to continue thinking about and engaging in those 5 elements of well-being. Also, it connects them to the different resources available through our health plan carriers and lets them know about upcoming events. It's a way for them to stay informed and stay engaged. On the Lacers Well page, you can learn about different activities. You can register for upcoming events. If you've participated in our events, again, you can earn points through our Passport to Health program. So you can go ahead and log those points on our website. There's a calendar that shows all of the upcoming events. So if you're not sure what you might want to do next month, you can look and, and there you go. You have some options there. It's really a great way to stay connected. So with the pandemic of 2019 and 2020, we've had to really make a big change. We had so much focus on in-person gatherings because to us, the social connection is so important. And we couldn't do that anymore. So we didn't know what the next step was going to be. Although we know there are, different ways that you can connect virtually, such as through Skype or FaceTime or Zoom. We weren't there yet as an organization, but we had to move quickly because we wanted to continue having offerings for people. We wanted to make sure the momentum continued with those engaged members, and we wanted to also attract and bring in more members. So we quickly switched over to virtual offerings. It was a little bit of a quick bumpy road to get there, but we got there fast, and you know what? The members loved it. We had so much response to our first virtual event. We did a really great financial resilience workshop. It was a 3-session workshop, and we had huge attendance and people from out of state and even out of country that registered, and that wouldn't have been possible before. And so it's really opened up the door to so many more of our members, and we're so happy we finally made it to this place where we can actually connect with people virtually. And again, it might not be something some of our retired members are really familiar with or comfortable with, but we do have that wonderful support of Mom's Computer. So if anybody out there really wants to join, but they're not sure how to participate in a virtual event, we have Mom's Computer there to help them. So excited about this program. You know, it's really grown a lot in the last few years, and we've got an amazing, committed team. It's a small but mighty team that really pushes this wellness program forward. We talk a lot about purposeful living for our members, but I think for us, it also provides purpose. You know, we really just want people to have the best retirement possible, and knowing that we're helping people achieve that not only feels good for us, but I know the members also appreciate it as well. And I just can't wait to see where it goes in the future.
Give it up to Alex, the star of our video. That was wonderful, a very, very informative video. And, you know, I truly appreciate the program. I mean, it's, you know, our whole goal is to make sure upon retiring that you remain healthy and active in retirement. So that's one of the goals of our program. So at this time, what you've all been waiting for, I'm about to introduce someone that we've had the pleasure of working with and their team. I would like to introduce, you know, as she prepares to come forward, Miss Annika Jackson.
Thanks for having me. I'm so happy to be here to go over the Blue View Vision benefits with everybody. And I've been kind of responding to a few questions as they've come up in the chat box, but let's go ahead and just dive right in. So with Anthem's Blue View Vision, we have one of the largest networks in the nation, 38,000 doctors at more than 27,000 locations nationwide. The great thing about our vision benefit is you can get your eye exam at one place and then buy your eyewear at somewhere else. So let's say you have an independent optometrist you've been seeing for years, you love them, you know, you're completely committed to them. You can go ahead and get your full comprehensive eye exam at that independent eye optometrist. And then, you know, if you want to get your lenses and frames online, you can do that. Or if you feel like somewhere like Lens Crafters has more options for you, then you can go ahead and get your actual frame wear at another location. We have many brands to select from, and our eye exams, going back to the eye exams, our eye exams are very important. So, and as you know, it can be some of the first signs of chronic health conditions you can detect through eye exams. So we highly encourage you to get eye exams on an annual basis. And I think one of the questions that popped up, which we'll get into, I did a little benefit overview here for you, but the eye exam copay is $20 for in-network providers and up to $49 for out-of-network providers. So, and I kind of went over this as well, but you know, you can choose from independent eye doctors or retail locations from your plan. Some of our in-network retail options, which I always highly encourage retail options just because they do have, you know, weekend hours, which I think, you know, can be really convenient for people. And, you know, they just have a lot of convenience factor there for evening and weekend hours. We also have online providers such as glasses.com, where, you know, during the pandemic, I think a lot of people are taking advantage of online providers such as glasses.com, as well as they have that flexibility in timing as well. So we talked a little bit about the eye exams. So routine eye exams can help with early detection of diabetes, high blood pressure, and certain cancers. And, you know, that early detection means that you're getting treatment earlier. You know, our providers can connect directly with medical providers and share information with them. And that just means that you're getting help earlier and you can lower your overall healthcare costs. As well as, you know, routine eye exams can also help in detecting, you know, eye diseases such as glaucoma, macular degeneration, and cataracts. Okay, so here's some of the benefits that I wanted to go over, and I highly encourage people, Lacers does put out a fabulous benefit booklet, wonderful comprehensive booklet, which I really encourage everybody to take a look at, and that's really going to have, all of your benefits that you can refer to in terms of the vision. So we already talked a little bit about the eye exam at in-network providers, so that's $20, and that you can take advantage of once every 12 months. The frame allowance, so you're allowed one pair of eyeglass frames every 24 months. So let's say you saw your provider on Friday and you got your frames last Friday. So that means that you're not able to get another frame until 2022. So 2 years from then. So as well as single bifocal, trifocal, and lenticular lenses are covered in full at in-network providers, and that's once every 12 months. And then $30 for progressive lenses, that's your copay for progressive lenses at in-network providers. That's also once every 12 months. So the great thing about your plan is that for eyeglass lens enhancements, such as transition lenses, scratch coating, tint, and standard polycarbonate lenses, that is a $0 copay, so there's no extra charge for that. And then you also get a $120 allowance on elective, conventional, and disposable contacts at in-network providers, which again is once every 12 months as well. And then I don't know if you guys can, here we go, I'll move this over here. So, and then medically necessary contacts are covered in full at once every 12 months as well. Okay, so also the great thing about our plan is that, we have incredible discounts that save you money on top of, our contracts with our in-network providers. So in addition to the frame allowance that you have, you also get an additional 20% off any balance over your allowance on eyeglass frames. So let's say, well, we'll skip that. So, and then on top of that, then you get a 40% savings on an extra pair of eyeglasses, on a complete pair of eyeglasses, I should say. There's also the 20% off of retail on some eyeglass lens upgrades and eyewear accessories, such as sunglasses, those are non-prescription sunglasses, lens cleaning supplies, and eyeglass cases. So that, I think that's a great benefit. If you're traveling, which, probably nobody is right now, but, let's say you're going to Hawaii, why not, take advantage and get an extra pair of sunglasses and take advantage of that 20% discount. And then you get 15% off retail price for conventional contact lenses. And my guess is there isn't really a whole lot of people that have contact lenses, but always want to throw that in there as well in case there are a few that do have them. I know somebody had a question about how to find a provider online, or how to find a provider. And so what I would advocate is to go to anthem.com. And at the very top of the page, and I don't know if there's time, I can, maybe during the Q&A section, I can actually walk you guys through how to do this. It's actually really easy. But once you go to anthem.com, at the top little right area, there's a place that says find providers. So just click on that, and then there'll be a series of prompts. I always like to search as a guest. I think it's just easier than, having to try and remember my login and password. I mean, that's just me. So search as a guest, and then you'll click vision and kind of go through the prompts. And like I said, if we have extra time, I can actually share my screen and walk you guys through that so you can see it. But that's, and then once you get to the screen where there'll be a screen where you can put in a zip code, and, you can once you put in your zip code, it will populate all the in-network providers within the Blueview Vision Access Network. That's our largest network, and that's the network that Lacers have. So that's it. That's all I wanted to share with you guys. Like I said, you have some great resources on the Lacers team, and I'm always a resource as well. And I'm never very far away. So, so yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We are going to begin our Q&A session.
Okay, I went to Eye Center for Sight. It was on the network list. So I called them, And I assumed that they also covered the glasses, the prescription, and the frame. But after the examination, I like the facility. They have a complete eye exam, not unlike the other eye, center that I went to. They have like maybe four different rooms exam my eyes. But after that, I could not get my prescription if I don't pay the $50, and I just found out they don't have Blue View Vision. How come it's on the network list? And then I had to go to Pearl Vision to bring the prescription to Pearl Vision and get my prescription and that frame. But if I knew that in the beginning, I would have just went to Pearl Vision.
Right.
They won't give me the prescription without paying the $50.
Got it. Okay, well, I saw your question earlier, and I want to take this back to our operations team so I can find out a little bit more about the actual claim. And then what I'll do is, Bruce, I know you're on, so maybe I can follow up with Bruce, and he can, we can exchange information, or I can share with Bruce what I find out.
That's extra cost to me. I could have just went to Pearl Vision straight, with the examination.
Sure. Yeah. No, I understand your frustration there. So, I would love to just figure out a little bit more. Look at the actual claim, and then see what occurred here, and then I will follow up with you. I'm very sorry for your inconvenience on that.
Yeah, and I did not go anywhere. I just found that eye center for sight in the network list.
Sure.
And if I knew, I would have just asked them, do you cover Blue View Vision?
Right.
Because I assume it's there on the network list. So why,
Yeah, let me follow up with our network team too, and figure out, what happened with that too.
Okay, that's all I need to just find out why I had to pay $50.
Thank you.
Before they just give it to you. Before they just give it to you.
Sure.
Thank you, Felicia. If you have any more questions, we'll definitely get back to you. Next up, we have Susan. I'm going to ask to unmute Susan. Feel free to go ahead, Susan.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, I just was wondering on the page of all the discounts, are those only available at the in-network providers? And if they're available at out-of-network providers, how do we tell them we're entitled to these discounts?
So the answer to your question is yes. Those are for in-network providers. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Thank you very much. Our next question goes to Heather Sells on Zoom, known as Doggy Dell. Hi, Heather.
Hi. Okay, I'm here. So I have a special situation. I have keratoconus disease, eye disease. And I also have my mom and my blood uncle, her brother, both had macular degeneration. So I'm seeing a special doctor in Beverly Hills that because of keratoconus, he has developed, and he's been on TV and everything. My original optometrist from the 4th grade went to one of his presentations, and that's how he got onto that. But I have Intax and C3R special procedure that he's done. He's only one in the country that does it. That they're permanent contact lenses in there. And he has referred me to a local person, because I live here in the San Fernando Valley, a local optometrist, Stacy Sumner, who is not in network. Now, I have the claim forms here, but as I said in the chat here, with other health issues, I've had many knee replacements and other things that that have occurred. I sent in these forms and I was denied because they're dated. And I was wondering if there was a special compensation or something that I could get, not only because I'm seeing her because of a referral, but also it's Dr. Brian Boxer Walkler, if you wanted to look him up. And he has the 2 last names. And So I have this special thing, special disease that he's been, so now I've had permanent contact
Right.
lenses, and I haven't had since the 4th grade. I've been wearing glasses and contacts, and I couldn't get the LASIX because my cornea, it's the thinning of the cornea, and I didn't have enough, there wasn't enough skin or whatever. They weren't able to do the LASIX. So that's why I went with that. And it was quite expensive. And I know that I can't put in for that. But for these other things with the eyeglasses and the eye exam and everything that are like the highest is $279, they tell me that I'm denied because it's too old. And so I was wondering if there was a way that I could talk to somebody privately, or if I refer, or if there's any way they can call me to tell me what I can do, because I don't think it's quite fair, even if because I have all the documentation and everything, and I have the official forms.
Yeah, so Heather, so let me get Bruce actually, maybe I can get your information through Bruce, and we'll have someone reach out to you, and this is another one I want to look into as well. So, but we will have someone reach out to you about it once we do a little bit more digging.
Yeah, I'm in the, it's under cells, not Doggy Dell, but as I said, it says Heather Cells on there, and I have my contact information. Laser should have it, and I won a prize the last go around, so they should have that too.
Okay, got it. All right, thank
Alex
you so much.
should
Yeah,
have
we'll
it.
be reaching out to you.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And leave
No
a
problem.
message if I'm not here. Please listen to my message machine. Okay, thank you.
You
Because
got
I
it.
don't have a smartphone or anything. Okay, thanks.
Okay.
I'm sending her. This is Bruce. I'm sending her a chat message directly to, again, Doggy Dell, asking for her exact name so I can look it up in the system. Thanks.
Okay, all right. Do I answer that on the chat then?
Yes, please go right ahead, Heather, and you can answer that
Oh.
directly in the chat and communicate with Bruce.
Okay, thank you.
You are welcome. Well, folks, we are at our last call for questions. That doesn't mean for questions post the meeting. Alex and the team will give you information so you can ask any questions if you come up with them after the end of the meeting. But for now, does anybody else have a question for the Lacers team or the Anthem team? Okay, we have a
And I
hand
will
over
say
here.
that-
Go ahead, Clyde. I see your hand.
Yeah, go
I
ahead,
will say
Clyde.
really quick though, that if you did put a question into the chat, there's a good chance it's already been answered in the chat. So make sure you check the chat for the answer. We didn't necessarily skip you over. So,
Clyde, are you with us?
Yes.
Do you have a question, sir?
Yes, this is a problem with. Oh, I'm sorry. This is a problem with most of the insurances, like the especially with the vision and the and then the ophthalmologist who's connected to the United Healthcare. If you don't come in exactly a year later, you can't come in less than a year later. If you forget or something comes up and you can't get in exactly a year later, maybe a month later, then they start the clock again. 12 more months, 365 days, you can't come in before. That becomes very inconvenient. It happens with dental, it happens with all of the other suppliers. Is there any way to protest that and get it backed up to what it should have been? That's all.
Yeah, sure. So, and Alex, I don't know if you want to chime in on this too. I mean, so our standard, frequency for eye exams is 12 months, or calendar year, depending on, the account really, or the client. So, unfortunately, there's no way to kind of make it unlimited, with the current plan.
but Annika, I do have a question. Similar to
Sure.
Mark, I guess. So, so if somebody, got glasses, in March, then they can't go back
Sure.
again until March the following year. But if they go back in June and they take care of it, then they can't go back again until June the next year. So do you have plans where people can just go anytime within that calendar year, or maybe within a shorter time frame, but not more than once in a calendar year?
Yeah, I
So,
mean, I
like-
think, you know, in terms, sorry, go ahead, finish.
So yeah, just as an example, if that didn't make sense. So like, let's say you went in June, but then the next year you went in
Mhm.
March, but then it doesn't mean, you know, like, I don't know. I guess as long as you're within the calendar year.
Well, a problem would be like, I had my eyes examined by the ophthalmologist in September. I mean, under the Anthem blue, but I couldn't get my glasses till October. Now, if you had some kind of a problem and you needed to travel or something in March and you needed new glasses, you're locked out under the current methods.
Yeah. Yeah, and so I mean the plans that I think we have, you know, are either calendar benefit year or, you know, every 12 months. So it really depends on, you know, the plan and you know what the group wants. You know, I mean, we can, you know, in terms of whether or not you want the benefit to be every 12 months or calendar year. I mean, that's you know up to the group and kind of what their preference is. So
I'm assuming that changes the price too, depending on what you select. Like if we wanted to go back and just see what the option would be for next year at this point, is that something that would affect the price and everything that we've done? Or is it an easy switch?
Yeah, I mean, so I know operationally, I mean, obviously we'd have to update our system, you know, I'll take that back, Alex, and you know, ask that question.
We can look into that and explore that for the future. And if it's something easy to do that we can even do for the coming year, maybe we can even do that. But we can talk about all things. Thank you, Clyde.
For sure.
Thank you, Clyde. We have a question from Jackie Tran. I'm going to unmute you, Jackie. Please go ahead.
Hi, that gentleman brought up a really good question, because I normally go to get my eye exam end of May, but in California, we still have lockdown. And I recently was able to schedule my eye exam. It won't be until December because of the COVID. You know, I mean, the doctors don't see as many patients and so on and so forth.
Right.
So that being said, I mean, next year come, would I get reset to May, or now because I'm going in December, everything is, you know, set back to December. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah. So if you're going in December of this year, as the plan, you know, is right now, then you wouldn't be able to go, you know, for another exam until December 2021.
Correct. But had it not been for COVID, I would have done it in May. And because of COVID, I couldn't even go in May because they were still shut down. And in California and in Los Angeles itself, I mean, everything was shut down until June. And even then, a lot of the doctors' offices were not opening yet until they find out what they need to do and so on and so forth.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, and I know, you know, I mean, even though the doctor's offices were closed, I know that they, you know, if an emergency came up, they were able to see people. I mean, I'm sure that's no, you know, consolation to you, kind of given, you know, where you're at right now. But I mean, as the plan kind of stands today, then, you know, it is once every 12 months. So,
yeah, so I hope that you do take this back to Blue Vision Care and really take into consideration because of COVID, and then it's like a one-time thing. And like I said, I mean, having an eye exam is not an emergency. It is really a health checkup. Do you know? So I cannot, you know, say, oh, I'm going just to check my eyesight, and isn't and they say then that's not an emergency. Now, if I have like an eye disease where it's pain or whatever, so for sure, you know, I will reach out to them. But thank you very much.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you very much. We have another question coming in from Nancy Castles. Nancy, I'm going to ask you to unmute yourself.
Hi. You talked earlier about the coverage. I think it was like 20%. No, I guess it was like 80. Well, you talked earlier about coverage for a copy or a second pair of glasses. If a person were to get a second pair of glasses using the same prescription from the same provider, is that coverage applicable even if it's months later? If they get the second copy months later?
I believe they have to be purchased at the same time period, but let me just let me double check that, and then I'll get back to you, Nancy.
Okay, thank you.
So at this point, we are going to move on to Crystal Baldwin from the Lacers team.
Okay, thank you, Elijah. Thank everyone for your questions. And as he said, we're going to be continuing to respond to them, even if you put them in the chat. So we've been sitting for quite a while now. It's been over an hour. And we do have a mini silver sneakers exercise that we would like to go through, and basically to let you know that, while you're at home, there's still things that you can do to get moving, to exercise. Even if the weather's bad outside, you can still exercise and get some rhythm going within your home. So at this time, if you would, find a safe place, get up out your seats if you have room, and participate in this short activity with the Silver Sneakers. Have dozens of virtual videos on their website as well that you can, and then different activities that they may be putting on that you can click on and follow as well. Okay, go ahead and turn on the video, Elijah. Okay, you all, let's get ready to move.
Regular exercise is beneficial to both your body and your brain. The benefits of exercise on memory are even greater when your workout includes a mix of resistance training with cardiovascular training. So I've put together a great little combination that adds a little bit of strength, a little bit of cardio, definitely some coordination, even some balance. The Brain Boost is taking the time to learn the combination. So let's be patient with ourselves as we practice this new drill. Let's start with our feet a comfortable distance apart, and we'll just do some knee lifts. Right side, left side, 2 more. You choose how high the knee lifts are. Then I want 3 in a row on the right. 3, 2, and 1. Anchor your feet down, sit back in a gentle squat, keep your chest up, squeeze your glutes, come up nice and tall. Let's do the other side. Left, whoa, right, that's it. Left and right. 3 knees in a row on the left side. 3, 2, 1. Both feet down, sit back and stand tall. Let's practice the upper body. Right elbow comes up, it stays there. Left elbow comes up, it stays there. Both elbows down, up, up. Now the right elbow comes down, it stays there. The left elbow comes down, it stays there. Up, down, up, down. Let's just practice on the left. Lift, lift, down, up, up. Then left side, down, down, up, down, up, down. All right, let's see if we can put those together. So the right knee comes up and the right elbow comes up, but the right elbow stays. Left elbow, left knee, but the left elbow stays. Then together, down, up, up. Then the right elbow comes down, it stays. The left elbow comes down, it stays together. Up, down, up, down. 3 knees in a row on the right. 3, you can even add a little rotation if you want to. Set your feet, sit back in a gentle squat, and stand tall. All right, let's do the other side. Keep your left elbow up, your right elbow up, then put it together. Down, up, up. Then left elbow down, it stays, and right stays, down, up. 3 knees in a row on the left. 3, 2, 1. Both feet down, sit into a gentle squat, and stand. How'd you do? You want to practice it one more time? I knew you'd say yes. All right, so here we go. right, left, together. Right elbow down, it stays. Whoops, I didn't do it. Then the left, then together. Up, down, up, down. 3 knees on the right. 3, 2, and 1. A gentle squat and come up nice and tall. All right, let's see if we do better on the left. I know you did better than me. Here we go. Left stays up, right stays up. Put them together. Down, up, down, up. Now left comes down, it stays there. And the right, it stays there. Up, down, up, down. 3 knees in a row on the left. Both feet down. Sit back into a gentle squat. Weights in your heels. And then squeeze your glutes, come up nice and tall. Excellent job. Practice this coordination drill with me regularly to help boost your brain power and your memory.
So yeah, so you all make sure you log into Silver Sneakers website, and you can participate in daily activities and get your workout on while you're in home. If you know unable to go out for a walk in your neighborhood due to the weather, you can definitely do something at home. And then there was a question in the chat. I believe someone that's residing out of state wanted to know how they can participate in the virtual activities. And I was like, well, you know, they're virtual. So you can be out of state and, you know, help host the book club, participate in any of the activities that we got going on virtually. So you don't have to be in California per se to participate. Over to you, Alex.
Thanks, Crystal. I just was noticing in the chat, Jackie Tran's question about reimbursement forms for eyeglasses. Did we answer that already?
Yeah, Alex, this is Annika. I had said that, you know, I would check online at the Lacers website or else the Lacers team. I have them. I can always send them, you know, directly to the Lacers team as well. So it's not a problem. I can get them wherever they need to go if you guys don't already have a copy.
Yeah, Jackie, just go ahead and send us a request, and you know we can get them to you. Thank you. Anyway, so yeah, so that's our last Zoom open enrollment meeting. Really quick, Silver Sneakers is a fitness program available through our Anthem, United Healthcare, and Scan plans. So if you're enrolled in our Lacers plans, with those carriers, then you have Silver Sneakers, and that offers you free gym membership when you get a chance to go back to the gym again. Nobody's going to the gym these days, you know, but they do have all kinds of great online resources available, just like what we showed you. So please take advantage. And if you're in Kaiser offers something similar called Silver and Fit for those enrolled in the Senior Advantage Plan, and Active and Fit for those that are under 65 enrolled in their HMO plan. And again, they have free gym membership and virtual resources as well. So please, please, please take advantage. You know, it's a great program. Really that's it. You know, hopefully we got your questions answered. It's really great to see everybody's faces, and I miss you all. I miss seeing you in person, you know, at our big events, but I know we'll be back to doing that soon. Other than that, really just, I want to thank Elijah for all of his support. I want to thank Crystal and Stephanie for doing such an amazing job all the time, and the care and passion they have for all of you. Annika and Maggie, thank you also for being here and being such great partners. And our members, you're the best. You give us a reason to want to get up in the morning. So thank you, and thank you for coming to our meeting. And I don't know, God, give me a moment to speak, and I'll go on and on.
Well,
so
everybody, let's give Alex a hand. The only one not mentioned is Alex Rabrenovich. Let's give him a big hand. And let's give all of you a hand for hanging in there. There you go. You're the stars of the show. Feel free to leave the room at any time. You'll exit. If you forget how, we'll eventually exit. And everybody have a good, safe week and rest of the year ahead. Let me be the first to wish you happy holidays.
Thank you,
everybody. Happy holidays, everybody.
You know how to get us if you need us.
Happy holidays.